Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and I'm answering publicly posted questions from YouTube users to get folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. I've actually received a couple of different questions recently about what states you can and cannot record in. And I'm generally not going to answer most of those questions because I can really only answer questions under federal law, right? If I start answering questions under state law where you are, I may not be admitted in that state and I might be committing an ethical violation, right? Or even a crime in some jurisdictions, which I don't want to do. So, I'm going to not answer most of those questions. I'm going to tell most of you to speak to a local employment attorney or even just a local criminal attorney, potentially. I mean, they can tell you what is and is not a crime when it comes to recording in your jurisdiction. However, there is a general question that kind of overarches all of this that was posted by YouTube user Vanessa Allman, and it was posted, this says 5 minutes ago, but that can't be correct. Let's see. Let's refresh. 1 day ago. It's posted 1 day ago. And let me know. I think I'm caught up on questions now. So if I missed your question, please just post it again or post under your question so I can find it again. I don't want to leave you hanging. I do want to answer your question. I just lost a couple of questions in the mix. I think there's been an awful lot as the channel got more popular. So remind me if I missed your question. And if not, great. That means I'm all caught up and I can start working on some of the projects that I have in mind for this channel, some kind of informational stuff that I want to put out for people, and answer new questions as well, right? That'd be great. All right, so Vanessa Allman posted this 1 day ago on our video from August 22nd of 2022, entitled, "What if your employer lies during discovery? What about a lie in the defendant's answer?" Okay, so Vanessa asked, but what if an audio recording is made in a two-party state? Can or should the audio recording be used? Presumably, the recording was not made with the consent of the other party, so are you setting yourself up for legal action by using it? All right. Let me start off with this. One, I'm not going to answer your legal question about recording in a two-party, one-party state because you need to get local answers from local attorneys about that. What I'm going to say is this. Well, let me give a second caveat before I go on. I would not ever encourage you to break the law because there are ethical regulations that require me, for the safety of my license, to uphold and believe in the law and think it's good and right and that you should comply with it, whether or not I agree with it, right? And because I have no interest in butting heads with the collection of old white men that are inherently the Bar Association, and who, frankly, aren't really fans of young plaintiffs' attorneys. I guess I'm not young anymore. I'm turning 40. But generally, they're pretty aggressive towards the younger plaintiffs' bar, we'll call it. So there's a variety of reasons, ethical, moral, practical, why I would not encourage you to break the law where you are. So I'm not encouraging you to break the law. My answer to this question assumed you may already have made a recording, and that may or may not have been against the law depending on where you are. But I'm talking about a recording that already exists and a crime that may or may not have already been committed, right? It's already done. You can't go back. You can't change it. It's done. I'm not encouraging you to do it. But that allows me to go into my actual answer to this question. If you have a recording that has valuable evidence in it, I would encourage you to try to admit that valuable evidence at trial. And here's why. I've never seen someone get in serious trouble for a recording. I know it happens. And there's differences. Like if you're recording over the phone and that's legal and it falls afoul of wiretapping statutes, that's much more dangerous than recording in person, right? But I've never seen someone get in trouble personally, in my actual life, in my actual practice, I've never seen someone face consequences for that. What I have seen over and over and over again is plucky plaintiff's attorneys trying to admit audio recordings, video recordings as evidence that may or may not have been legally obtained. And immediately what happens is the defense counsel leaps to his or her feet, leaps to their feet, objecting. And the jury says, oh, what's happening here? Why doesn't defendant's counsel want me to hear the recording? And listen, whether or not that judge lets that recording in, that jury, they know there's a recording now, and if they didn't get to hear it, oh, they have so many questions. They have so many questions why the defendants are afraid of the truth, right? And I'm not encouraging plaintiffs' bar attorneys to try to improperly get evidence in. I would never do that, right? I mean, that's something where you could face sanctions, right? Bringing something up in open court that you're not supposed to, that you've been instructed not to, that would be wrong. And that would be a risk that you're taking. I mean, you could face a little bit of trouble. The judge could sanction you. There's things that could happen to you. So don't do that. I'm just saying that when I see it happen, the value seems pretty incredible. But don't do it if you're not supposed to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to record. I'm not telling you to admit evidence you shouldn't be admitting in open court. I'm not telling you to play those dirty tricks because we have to treat this like it's a fair game. Right? I mean, your tiny plaintiff's firm and your tiny individual self versus a Fortune 500 company with an endless war chest. That's a fair game. We have to play fair, right? So, again, I'm not encouraging you to break the law or to play funny with the rules of procedure wherever you are, whatever court you're in. I'm just saying every time I see that happen, gotta say, I love to see it happen. Like and subscribe. It helps me to help a lot of people just like you. Take care.